A lot of you are still asking, what affirmation should I use? What affirmation should I use to embody the state? What affirmation should I use to manifest the thing? And here I'm going to tell you is that if someone gives you a ton of affirmations to do, they could be general affirmations. They could be great to do. I'm not saying don't do them. But what I am saying is you never want to try to force any affirmations. Affirmations are just thoughts, right? And at the end of the day, when you are embodying the state, which we know in manifestation, to manifest, you are really manifesting yourself. You're shifting into a reality where you already have the thing you desire to experience. And when you are embodying the state, everyone always asks, how do I embody the state? What we tell you is, if you've been around the manifestation circles, you know this. You try to mimic and match the thoughts and the feelings and the assumptions and beliefs and whatever it might be from that new state. You match that. You embody that state by doing that. And how do you actually do this? Well, a lot of people then mistakenly think that now I have to start putting all these thoughts into my brain over and over and again and do robotic affirmations and script it all out and imagine it and do it over and over and over again. And here I'm telling you that it's actually a natural process. It's a lot easier and much more effortless, okay? You don't need someone else to tell you what affirmations to use because you're going to have your own unique affirmations that work for you. Everyone is unique. Everyone is different. The version of you that has that desire or manifestation that you want to experience, they are going to have their thoughts. They're going to have a set of their emotions, their assumptions. And when you are embodying that state, you simply decide that that's who you are now. And when you're occupying that state, those thoughts, which are essentially the affirmations, will come up. And those are the ones that you use for yourself. Okay? You don't need other people to tell you what they are because you already know what they are. By simply deciding that that's who you are, that's the state you are in, those thoughts and feelings and assumptions are going to be a byproduct of you occupying that state. So when you are asking, what affirmations do I use? What you're still saying is, I'm in the state of lack. I don't know what I need to be using. So I think that someone out there outside of me is going to be able to tell me that. And truth be told, that answer is within you already. You already know all the affirmations you need to use within you. You just have to shift to that version of you, that state, and they will come up naturally. Okay? So you have to trust in that. So it's not about what affirmations do I use. It's about those thoughts naturally as a byproduct. They're going to pop up, those feelings as a byproduct. They're going to pop up when you are embodying that state. And simply you decide that you are that version of you. That's your identity. And then see what happens. What thoughts come up as you're living in the end of that version of you already. It's not about forcing it. It's about allowing what comes up naturally for you. And then those are the affirmations that you use. Those are, that's essentially you living in the end. Okay. And then you go with that. And you continually return to that and consistently return to that. And whatever imaginative scene that comes up, that pops up, that you want to experience in that moment, go there. It's not always about having to pre-plan something. And so the faster and quicker you understand all of this, the easier it's going to be to manifest, because it is just so much more simple and more effortless to do it this way, as opposed to, trying to force affirmations, trying to force imagination, trying to force scripting, trying to force all these techniques to try to get yourself into the state. It might be some value for some people into breaking out of the negative habit cycle at the start, to break out of that cycle loop of the 3D triggering them in their state and whatnot. But over time, you'll understand that it's just so much simpler and easier to just simply decide that's who you are and then see what comes up naturally, because all those other things are naturally going to be taken care of. Okay. It's going to be normal for you to feel and think those things and assume those things when you are simply occupying that state. So decide who you want to be, and that's all it is.